opening the scrolls of history and looking back on the vicissitudes of the years. We are now entering the former Ohel Moshe Synagogue located on Changyang Road, Shanghai. It has endured a century of adversity and calamitous times, supporting the fate of friendship between two diversified ethnic groups. Today, let us travel back to the 1930s, a time engulfed by the flames of war and suffering. In 1937, Shanghai was overwhelmed by Japanese militarism, leaving in its wake a dense fog of smoke and wanton destruction. Simultaneously, countless Jews in mainland Europe were plunged into an unprecedented catastrophe of monumental proportions when Hitler assumed the reins of the Nazi Party in Germany. On November 9, 1938, the rioting hordes of the rabid anti-Semitic movement were stirring up throughout Germany and Europe. Synagogues were burned, holy scrolls were incinerated, Jewish cemeteries destroyed, Jewish stores smashed, countless Jews injured, killed, and sent away to almost certain death in the concentration camps. This catastrophic night later became known as Kristallnacht, or Night of Broken Glass. The dictator's hateful rhetoric was believed by most Germans, and his fanatical followers eradicated Jewish life with inordinate violence. And as a result, 6 million Jews were barbarically murdered in an attempt to obliterate 5,000 years of ancient Jewish civilization. The Avian Conference convened in 1938 to discuss the issue of Jewish refugees fleeing from persecution. Although all participants expressed their sympathy for the refugees, none were actually willing to grant them a refuge. As a result, millions of Jews in Europe, anxious to escape from the Nazi terror campaign, found it increasingly difficult to find a place of sanctuary. The candles burned shorter and the dark nights grew longer. The gates of the so-called civilized world were firmly closed to the cries and pleas for help. At a critical moment, the Chinese, who were themselves suffering from the ravages of Japanese imperialism, opened their arms to the refugees with generosity and compassion. At last, for many thousands of homeless and destitute Jewish refugees, they found a refuge in the remote land of China, in the city named Shanghai. According to incomplete statistics, at least 23,000 Jewish refugees settled down in Shanghai between 1933 and 1941. Of this population, around 14,000 refugees lived in Hongkou District. The destitute and homeless refugees struggled to start anew in the unfamiliar city, with the support and help of the local Chinese people and Jewish organizations. They gradually became accustomed to local life and integrated with the Chinese culture. At the same time, however, they endeavored to preserve their own culture and lifestyle. Jewish life was visible everywhere with German signs at schools, hospitals, synagogues, cafes, and shops. The Hongkou ghetto became known as Little Vienna. Hongkou and Shanghai will be remembered as a shelter for their survival, equality, and dignity of these fortunate Jewish people who found a safe haven here, and they were deeply touched by the kindness and splendor of human nature.